Good morning. Venus Williams said, quote, "You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. That makes you a winner right there," end quote. And maybe that quote will serve up just the right amount of inspiration that you needed this morning. You see what I did there? Did you catch it? A big shout out to Big J. The #1 song on this date back in 1991 was More Than Words by Extreme. Chances are that you sang this song in the shower, and it probably sounded pretty good. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Organize and execute around priorities, end quote. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities, end quote. So here's your takeaway. It's not just about getting things done. It's about getting the right things done. Have a fantastic day.